History remembers kings, emperors, and conquerors, but only a few women managed to bend history to their will. Cleopatra was one of them. She was not just the queen of Egypt. She was a strategist, a linguist, a ruler, and a survivor. More than 2,000 years later, her name still echoes through time, not because of beauty alone, but because of power, intelligence, and bold choices. This is not a love story. This is the story of a woman who ruled in a world built for men. Cleopatra was born in 69 BCE into the Ptolemaic dynasty, a royal family of Greek origin ruling Egypt. Her family was wealthy, powerful, and deeply divided. The palace she grew up in was filled with luxury and betrayal. Siblings fought siblings, parents eliminated children. Power was everything. Unlike other rulers of her family, Cleopatra learned Egyptian and several other languages. She wanted to rule people, not just land. From a young age, she understood one truth: knowledge was the greatest weapon. When Cleopatra became queen, she was forced to share power with her younger brother. But real power was controlled by corrupt advisors. Soon, Cleopatra was pushed out of the palace, exiled, alone. Most rulers would disappear into history at this point. But Cleopatra didn't run away. She planned. She knew Egypt's fate depended on Rome, the most powerful empire on earth. To reclaim her throne, she needed more than an army. She needed influence. Julius Caesar arrived in Egypt as a conqueror. Cleopatra knew this was her moment. According to legend, she secretly entered his palace wrapped in a carpet and revealed herself before him. It wasn't beauty that impressed Caesar. It was confidence, intelligence, and fearlessness. That night, history changed. Caesar supported Cleopatra's claim to the throne. Together, they defeated her enemies. Cleopatra was queen again. Cleopatra and Julius Caesar became allies and lovers. Their relationship was strategic and personal. She gave birth to a son, Caesarion, whom she claimed was Caesar's heir.
For Cleopatra, this meant protection. For Rome, it meant controversy. She traveled to Rome, walking among senators who feared her influence. She was no longer just Egypt's queen. She was a global political force. In 44 BCE, Julius Caesar was assassinated, stabbed by those he trusted. Cleopatra's world collapsed overnight. Rome turned hostile. Her position became dangerous. She returned to Egypt knowing one thing: to survive, she needed another alliance. And soon, another powerful man entered her life.
Mark Antony was a Roman general, bold, emotional, ambitious. When he met Cleopatra, sparks flew. Their alliance became legendary. Together, they ruled the Eastern Mediterranean. They lived in luxury, hosted grand feasts, and planned an empire. But Rome watched closely. Antony's enemy, Octavian, used their relationship as propaganda. He painted Cleopatra as a dangerous foreign queen corrupting Rome. War became inevitable. In 31 BCE, the Battle of Actium decided their fate. Cleopatra and Antony's forces faced Octavian's navy. The battle was brutal. When defeat became clear, Cleopatra retreated. Antony followed. Their power collapsed. Egypt stood alone once more. And this time, Rome was coming.
Believing Cleopatra dead, Mark Antony took his own life. But Cleopatra was alive, captured, cornered. Octavian planned to parade her through Rome as a trophy. For Cleopatra, this was worse than death. She chose her own ending. Legend says she ended her life using a venomous snake, a symbol of royalty. She died as she lived, on her own terms. With Cleopatra's death, ancient Egypt fell. Rome claimed victory. But history remembered her differently, not as a defeated queen, but as a woman who challenged empires. Cleopatra became legend, a symbol of intelligence over brute force, a reminder that power wears many faces. Empires fall, names fade, but Cleopatra lives forever.